slave in my little quarters in the cave. Like the signal is just immediately cut off when I go in the door.
You
know that back in the day when they,
for me to, you in the trenches.
I don't think it's not the country. I'm in Savannah. It's just that the building that I'm in and where it's located, let me put it that way. Maybe because it's my bootleg service and I care not to tell who it is, Boost Mobile. It won't work over there that very well. So everybody else got signal but me. I'm over there like
Ray, go pick
What?
Ray.
Are we gonna have to talk? We can conversate about that a little later, Miss Ayana.
I got you. Well, we going on Facebook too.
Ray, I'm about to leave this one. Go put me in on my other. I'm going to sign in again.
Okay, hurry back.
What now?
Hurry back.
Oh, all right.
Hold on a sec, y'all. I'm trying to get I'm getting it to my page. I'm about to post it again. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm gonna tag you in something else. So okay.
And make sure I get all these chips out before it actually the show starts. I'm not gonna be crunching on the air. I got a random question while we wait for the next 2 minutes. Why? Please explain to me how the car wash is considered an essential. You know what I'm saying? Like the car wash and laundromats are closed.
No, laundromats here are open. Our laundromats here are open.
Okay. So I know the if you have a local one in your apartment complex or something like that, those are open. But I didn't know that the public ones were open.
They are. The ones here are. I don't know. Each state is governing a different, different things.
I still don't see how a car wash is essential though.
I mean, they just want everything sanitary. Everything has to be clean, sanitary, including your car. Okay, I gotta turn the Uber drivers are still out there, so they need to clean their car. Maybe.
True, and all those Uber Eats and all the all of those people who transport people's food. I didn't think about that.
And I've heard some stories.
We have like 1 minute, y'all.
All right, let me wrap it up. Where's GQ?
He said he coming back. I hope I didn't scare him off, y'all.
We got Kareem coming in with us. So let's admit Kareem first, just to cause some controversy.
Oh,
hey, Kareem.
Hey, we don't have a whole bunch of time. So we got to go right into it. Kareem, you always slanted to the side, baby. What's going on?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You always slanted. I feel like, okay.
All right, y'all. Good evening, guys.
Hey.
Hey, evening.
You are listening to WRUU LP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM. WRUU.org. We are Savannah Sounding
Community
Radio with
Global. So that's all the part I know.
It's Friday night. It's 8 o'clock, right? So y'all know what that is. That means it's Friday
o'clock.
This is Let's See Who My Friends Are. I am your host here, Ray Carr, the fit hypnotist. You know what I'm saying?
here with me tonight, I have my co-host, Mr.
Hey, listen, this is your ear candy, your sultry voice of radio, the only and one. You move.
And currently doubling for eye candy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she come out here
Yeah.
every Friday night. Also here in the house, we have, she's always here with us, Miss.
Always here. Hey, y'all, it's daily, y'all. I'm enjoying this quarantine as much as I can. I still ain't got no hashtag, man.
Hanging out with us tonight, we have Mr. Kareem.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Comment.
That's Tarmac.
What happened?
I thought you was gonna update your stage name, man.
Listen.
I don't, you know, how to change this thing. You know what it's saying?
We starting way too early tonight, and I'm gonna exercise my right to mute y'all. Okay.
Oh no.
We here in the virtual. We can't be fighting. We got guests from way
Hey.
far away that don't know our Savannah ways. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a Savannah way. I'm not from here. Don't do that. I love it, but I ain't from.
Hanging out with us tonight, we have Miss Ebonie Johnson. Ebonie, thank you so very much for hanging out with us. Oh my goodness, I hope you're ready for this because we just had a blast here.
I'm ready. I got my drink and I'm ready. Let's go.
You see what I'm saying? So let's see who my friends are on Friday night. Is just an opportunity for us to get to know somebody else. It's just a chance for us to. Huh?
Ayana.
Who's that?
Somebody else. You your microphone. You talking to somebody else. All right, Betty. They operate devices or something.
Let's see who my friends are. It's an opportunity for us to get to know one of our friends in the community, and our community has absolutely expanded. I'm happy to have Miss Ebonie hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much, Ebonie. We start the show off. We always ask. It's funny where Ayana is stuck on the.
No, my screen is stuck.
When you see the playback, listen, for the people that are going to listen to this on the radio, y'all really for sure need to go to our Facebook page. Because even in the quarantine, the virtual station is lit.
I see.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, it's gonna be fun tonight. I see, huh?
Oh yeah.
Always.
So the first thing we ask you guys, you know what I'm saying, since we here, the goal is to connect, the goal is to hang out and just really pour ourselves into each other. We ask, how was your week and how will your weekend be? Tonight, let's start with Kareem,
Yes.
Miss Ebonie, I'll come to you randomly. I'll just snatch it. But Kareem, how was your week, love? How will your weekend be?
My week overall was good. It started out kind of interesting, but I just kind of I spent this week really restructuring like a list of things I know I want to accomplish in the next couple of years and months. Kind of, started re-establishing things on those foundations. And so that was really good. And my weekend is going to be great. I plan to relax. I think it's supposed to storm again Sunday or Monday or something. So I really hope, I'm unfortunate for those who did not only lose their lives, but, their property and stuff too in the storms last week. So I just hope everyone stays safe. But, it's going to be a good weekend. Just try to relax and chill.
Yeah. Likewise. Ayana, how was your week?
We're gonna try to. It was pretty good. I started the Monday off with this wonderful exercise stretch routine by shameless plug, a fit hypnotist that I know by the name of Ray Carr. It was amazing. So I'm just saying, it actually did amazing things. She don't even know this, but I've been waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day, regardless if I even tricked myself and said I'm gonna stay up till 3 in the morning. Nope, was up at 7, and it was like I stayed up, and it was, for me, I felt productive, and I still did meditation. I still did me care, and it was awesome. I just believe it or not, I'm enjoying this quarantine because guess what? I got time to learn me.
Yay.
So if I want to do more of that, yeah.
Good stuff. And what she's referring to is that Monday I kicked off some stretch and meditate at 7 a.m. on a Monday while we quarantine, and what I was saying is that when you make that type of intentional move to do something for yourself, just that getting up and being there, you know what I mean, can really change some things. But we did some really good meditation, and we did some some good stretching, and got loose as a goose. We don't do no boring stuff, ain't no slow meditation music. I think Monday we doing reggae, so
I can't wait. I can't wait.
But scratch all that. Ebony girl, how was your week? How was your weekend be?
My week was really productive. Just to piggyback off of what you were saying about just getting up. I think a lot of people in this time where we're quarantined, they're getting complacent. Everybody's losing sight of what day, what month, what hour it is. And then just the intentional effort to just get up and have a schedule and have, something planned to do, have a goal, whether it just to be like, oh, today I'm just going to go through the books on the shelf, or today I'm going to finish a chapter in that book, or today I'm just going to get something done. To be able to get up every day and have a goal in mind is going to keep everybody going, in this time where we're just sitting in the house, reflecting. But my week has been good. I have an 11-year-old, so we're doing e-learning.
Yes, they
wow. Yay.
My face, right? Okay. So I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. He's actually responded to the e-learning really, really good. I have an 11-year-old and a 3-year-old. So between Google Classroom and ABC Mouse, that's pretty much been my week all week. So
yeah. And plans for the weekend.
My weekend, I'm looking forward to it. Just being able to, relax, and maybe kick back, get some Netflix and chill on, or
all right.
I mean, it's snowing in April. This is Chicago, so we we get snow in April periodically. It's a thing here. So I know y'all looking at me like I'm crazy because y'all in Savannah, but yeah, we it looks like it's Christmas.
I was outside getting my legs dark this week.
I was like, wait, what? I was right. You said snow?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you heard of Christmas in July? We have Christmas in April. So yeah. But it's Chicago. I mean, hey, it's a Chicago. I was born in January. Last year on my birthday, it was 55 below zero. So, and we were still at the club party, and so
what? Oh, okay. Turn up. Take over the world.
Thank you.
World take over. That's all I'm talking about.
Woo! That girl say still at that party, and oh no.
Yes.
Hey, we were
I felt the chill. I don't even understand what people wear, in that type of weather, because we down here in Georgia, I mean, it's crop top all year long. You know what I'm saying? You can wear a crop top from January to July to doggone December.
You gotta put on.
We get like 2 seasons. It's either cold and hot. That's it. That's all. You either wearing a fur, or you not wearing clothes at all. It's just one or the other. So yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's pretty much snowing outside right now.
Wow.
So it's a Chicago thing. Let me see if I can.
We would lose our minds.
It's melted.
If any kind of cold moisture come out
You lose your mind.
Yeah, it melts. It snows.
It's not rain.
Oh, it snows and it melts.
We're getting chains on
So-
our tires. We don't know how that.
So GQ, how was your week, love? We'll come back around, and I definitely want to hear about what's going on in Chicago right now. Not just the weather,
Absolutely.
but the whole temperature and how people are,
Living life.
living life. You know what I'm saying? We know how it is down here in the South, but yeah, GQ, how was your week? How will your weekend be?
My week was great, is great. Just one day at a time, elevating, relaxing, working,
essential worker.
teaching. Since you got students that's e-learning, I'm ET at the. I'm an educator, educate, have to get up, make sure it's like, dang, I got to get up. All right. So I'm up in the morning doing that. I didn't even see that it was 7 o'clock, 8 stretch. Basically, I was like, nah, my clock don't work at 8:30. Get what time I get up? 8:25.
Oh.
Just saying. I've been more on virtual school. You know what I'm saying? So when my evaluation come up, like tardiness, now I ain't been tardy. None of this.
None of this quarantine. Doggone.
Ain't missed a day of nothing. But weekend gonna be okay after I may go take care of some business tomorrow, so it's gonna trying traveling, but I'll be safe out there and make sure I make sure I go spread my spirit and my love. I'm back, make sure I keep my mask and gloves on. I'm like,
Yeah.
love you, and then I got to go. Out. Other than that, I'm relaxing.
Yeah. So the other people's topic for today. No, I did not post a question. Don't you be looking at me like that.
How about you though? You ain't asked.
Wow. I ain't mad at you.
So the other people's topics for tonight. The question. What you say, GQ Smooth? How
was your week and how will your weekend be?
Oh, my week. Oh, my week has been good. My week has been really good. Like I said, got up this on Monday and did a new class, did it online. I'm already seeing that I have more people signed up for this week than was signed up for last week. So that's always great, kind of seeing that growth and seeing that I'm actually meeting a need for people. That's what I love about my life at this point, in life, is that I found my purpose. So being able to do that this week is good. I'm launching some other classes and things like that online. So it's been a productive week in really just identifying some new things that I want to do. And like I said, during this quarantine, I'm saying yes to everything that pop up in my mind that I want to do. So, if it pop up in my mind, I don't care what it sounds like, feels like, or whatever, I'm saying yes to it. So, just those types of things as I get, inspiration, I don't know, to whatever, that I just do it. So that has been fun. And just kind of took some time from just diving into social media and the news and all of that stuff, and just, what I'm saying, just take some time to do something different, read a book or listen to something inspirational or something like that. So my week has been good and productive, and my weekend, so I got a new air fryer, right?
That's
so I'm gonna see how many things I can air fry. That's probably gonna be my weekend, but yes, I've been having a good time.
Your hair look good.
Oh, thank you there. Yours too, GQ.
You're glowing and all that. I mean, you need to bring the camera a little closer. We can't really see you, but other than that, you look good. Though from a distance, you look good.
Thank you. You're making me blush. The people gonna see me blushing.
I've been there from time to time.
So other people's topics tonight, right? I want to know, what are you going to do differently? Because there's already talks of, opening up the economy, opening up, everything that's going on. So what are you going to do differently when we get that green light, that go button that says, go out? Yeah, how do you change? What are you going to change about you? So, Ebony, you want to start us off tonight?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like change is inevitable. I mean, we've already started to change and evolve already. You know what I'm saying? The way we do things, the way we approach things, just our daily routine in life has changed already. And I think that as my good friend Cassandra would say, when outside open up, I know there's going to be a lot of people that's eager to just go back to the norm of doing the things that we could, but then there's going to be some people that are a little apprehensive, and I think that people are starting to discover what they can do with limited access to things. And I think that that's an eye opener for people, because we don't have access to certain things, but people are being creative and making things and making do with things. So I think one thing that's going to change is maybe people's codependence on certain things that they thought they couldn't live without, but they now have been forced to live without. So now that they're conscious of that, they're going to start to look at life a little bit different. Me personally, just to be able to spend time with my kids, I see that how valued that is. I'm going to take that to heart a little bit more. Like right now, I feel like this is the time of creativity and and just self-reflection. So some people are going to come out knowing a new language. Some people are going to have a new skill. Some people are going to discover they had the skills that they have not had before. So those are the things to me that are going to change about society.
Yeah.
Kareem,
what's some things you're going to do differently?
That's a tricky one for me. I mean, I might initially maybe do the glove or at least the mask thing. But in general, and it's kind of like, it was funny because I bumped into a guy I went to college with, and we graduated 10 years ago now. So we were about to dap each other like we always do. And it was like that, oh well, boom, here you go. Like 12 years. And I have to kind of put it in mind like I did with concerts. I love to go out to concerts. I love to go out to different things. I know, unfortunately, in the day and age we live in, too, when all this is probably over, how different shootings and things happen at things, too. I would just have to, for me personally, probably just kind of, continue to live in that same scope of, things will hopefully be okay. Hopefully harm will not come my way, and what will happen. So I don't want to live in this bubble of like being over. And I had washed my hands and stuff before this too. So I mean, some of this stuff some of these people wasn't doing all along apparently for their life. I've been doing.
Right.
Washing their hands.
Right. So
right.
I don't know. Now what I do like is though, and I'm gonna tell these people that stores, I hope they keep it in the stores because they're thinking about doing it. Because people are disrespectful in the stores. They see you looking at stuff, they want to cut your view and stuff. Back, social distance. Keep yours. Don't even do 6. Give me 7.5.
Even now, with it being like a mandate, people still not doing 6 feet. You be like,
I'll be up here like,
Mom.
Some people don't take it serious. They don't take it serious until it hits home. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, this, I ain't worried about it. I ain't, I don't care about it. But respect my choice for me to be social distancing. You don't want to social
exactly.
Do what you want to do. Stay, like you said, give me 7 feet.
Exactly. Personal space,
Somebody was coughing or something, or even if they did cover their mouth, someone coughed in public anyway, I'm still kind of looking too like, I mean, guilty of it too. If I cough, I mean, it's allergy season, different things happen. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I don't know necessarily right now directly what I do differently. Like I said, besides probably in the initial first couple of months, maybe depending on the severity of the event, because I do go to a lot of different activities and things, maybe the gloves, at least maybe the face covering, something just to, I might not dap people up either or say hi, but like air hug, good to see you. No, I haven't seen you since like stuck at home. Right, thank you. But don't.
I'm all right.
Right.
But you say, don't even blow me a kiss. I'll
Yeah,
be there.
I'll put that kisses bit right.
Right.
What about yourself, Ayana? What you feel you're gonna be doing differently when we get the green go button?
First of all, I don't even know how they're gonna announce that because people got to go outside to find out if it's okay and who's gonna be the test dummy. But anyway, for me, I don't know. I'm just not gonna be a whole lot of social media junkie. You know, overhead, all of the stuff that I used to do, like want to go do, even stuff like going to the movies is not gonna be necessary. Maybe I'll probably the habit that I keep up, but keep in mind we were already doing similar stuff. It's just I'm not wearing gloves. Why? Because I the way my finances is set up, I'm not gonna be able to recycle. You know, I'm a recycler, so we're gonna have a surplus of gloves somewhere in somebody's landfill. So I can't reuse those gloves that I'm buying 1,000 packs of them. We're not thinking about what's going on in the future. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, continue with the glove thing. But not even the mask thing, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just still keep my 6 feet. I'm like, hey, what's up, girl? From a distance. I don't know. But that would be my excuse to reject people in my face I don't want to talk to. Instead of saying your breath stank, to say we practice in social distancing. That's part of my religion now. So.
Wow. Wow.
That's
not.
I'm here for it.
What would you?
Can I get a?
Right. I would say, well, that's what we observe. We observe social distancing in my belief system. That's what we believe. So
yeah.
And then the only thing I should say. I was gonna say, only people who are upset about social distancing personally are people who can't see your lips and be in your business. That's all I'm saying. I'm just gonna put that right there. I'm done.
Exactly. Stay away. Y'all know I already have I got a stand-in law for my house.
Right.
So but I think moving forward, something I know I'll do differently is stop putting off stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that I was like, you know what I mean? I'll do it next year. Like, you know, it's so much stuff that I'm like, I have on my calendar, like, you know, maybe 2022, I'm gonna start, you know, and then kind of really recognizing that, you know, that time, this has been one of the most in my face demonstration of how time is really ours to take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So I think going forward, all of the things that I said, I'm just gonna put that off, or all of the reasons that I use to put things off, is like, ooh, I almost cussed on this thing. Woo!
Yeah, you can do it, but you gotta make sure you cut it out.
True. You know what I'm saying? But all of those reasons, you know what I'm saying, they just now they don't exist. You know what I'm saying? They don't register to me. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, you know what I mean? So so that's what I do differently, is I stop putting stuff off. You know what I'm saying? I'll stop putting stuff off. Not that I didn't do what I wanted to do before, but you know, I still recognize that even within myself, I had some limitations. You know what I'm saying? Even me, the fit hypnotist, limitations. You know what I'm saying? So I identified them and jumping over them, moving forward. Thank you. What you gonna do differently, boo?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna do too much different. I'm still gonna go grab me a bottle.
All right.
You know, I'm gonna sip on that, I'm gonna drink it up. I'm gonna call me a day. I don't even. What different? I mean, to be honest, that was a good question. I'm like, oh, that was good. I'm glad I didn't know that one earlier, because I wasn't gonna sit here and steal makeup. Nothing. I'm like, nothing. I'm gonna do that. Nothing. I probably just gonna keep doing I probably escalate what I've been doing before all this lockdown happened. Just take it to a whole nother level. It's not like I'm gonna do anything different. I'm just gonna take it to a level that I was planning on taking it to during this time anyway. So I'm just gonna kind of pick up where I left off. Because I will say this is probably one of the most near-death experiences that any of us has ever had. It's kind of like you can't walk outside without me saying put on the mask because you don't know how you're gonna catch it. So I was like, well, dang, technically, you need. I mean, we all are every day, but this is one of the ones kind of like be healthy one day and go on the next second because of whatever. So I'm like, you know what? You feel all right. I feel all right in my soul. So I'm just keep doing what I'm doing, just escalate to a whole nother to make sure I keep checking on my family, go check on my friends, go check on my students, check on my well-being, checking on myself, make sure I escalate my show, make sure I escalate my friends' shows, make sure I escalate my artistry. I just escalate and elevate and escalate and do all that. So I mean, what I'm gonna do differently, take it to a level. I might take my drinking down a level, but everything else. I mean, I don't drink too much. I'm just saying I might just take it down. I got to be able to make sure. Why you saying right? Is a DUI because you got to stay at home. So you drinking at home, you can't go nowhere, so you can't drive. I'm just saying. So I got to make sure we get up out of here. So I got to keep my talk built up. So when we get back out there, I can just do like I do.
I got you. I mean, but and I think that moving forward, because we recognize that, you know, circumstances, things will obviously be different. You know what I mean? I'm just amazed at how stuff just went automated all of a sudden. I can't call nobody. I can't, and I'm that type of person that's like, I like a live voice on the other end of the thing. I can't call nobody. Everything is computer on the, you know, part of the reason, you know, why I asked Ebonie to come on the show tonight is Ebonie had put up a post on Facebook a couple of days ago, and it was like accepting virtual. You can you I don't know, I don't remember exactly verbatim what it is that you put up. But it seemed to me it was like an open invitation for, you know, someone to check on her and someone to extend a place and a friendly space and some conversation, right? Ebonie is a new friend to me. So of course I wanted to have her on here and talk about, you know, who she is and where she's from and all that good stuff like we do here, and then have her be a part of, you know, this experience. So thank you, Ebonie, for coming. But you are in Chicago right now, right?
I am. And just to reiterate on the post said it was accepting virtual hangouts. And my thought behind that was that we all have been quarantined, so we're all used to being able to go out. Like I'm able to be able to like, hey girl, what you doing? You want to meet at this bar? Or hey girl, you want to come over and play some cards, want to have a drink? We can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, utterly impossible right now. So I'm like, we need to be able to still establish that sense of connection, because you just don't know. Like, you don't know what people are going through in their homes by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I have my kids here to keep me occupied or whatever, but there's people who live by themselves that are like going insane. So I wanted to extend myself like, hey, let's video chat, let's catch up. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your face, let me see your smile, let me let you see my face and see my smile, let you know that I'm okay, and let me know that you're okay, because I think that just from an emotional and a mental state is needed right now, because people are like, man, I'm in this house by myself. They're reflecting on so many things. You know, the mind is amazing. The brain is an amazing muscle that we have, and you know, it can take us or break us. So you just never know.
Yeah, exactly. And that, you know, was very much in keeping with what this show is about. Is definitely about connecting with people and, you know, giving people a space to be heard and to be and to have their story kind of put out there, right? So you were born in Chicago?
I was born and raised in Chicago. Yes, ma'am.
So which
I have lived other places, but Chicago is my home. Yes.
awesome. So What is the climate there as far as, people and things like that? Down here in the South, I mean, honestly and truly, the one day of the week that I decide, okay, I'm gonna get out my house and go to the store, I'm looking around like, what changed? I'm looking around like, other than there's just less food. Walmart didn't have a bird in it 2 days ago. You hear me? It was not a chicken, not a turkey, not a quail,
on the
not
rise.
a duck. You understand? Not a bird. I mean, that was the difference. Is
Pork is on the rise.
Less food. But you are best. But what has changed? What's the climate of there in a city like Chicago?
I mean, the climate is the same as everywhere else. I mean, you go to the stores, you see people like, well, one thing I can say is, like I'm a big like Sam's Club, Costco, because I try to buy stuff in bulk so my boys can have what they need or whatever. But one thing that I notice about Costco's is that they have like these squares when you go there, and you literally have to stand in the square so that they can make sure that you're 6 feet apart. You're standing outside of you standing outside of Costco's like you trying to get in the club. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you got a guy who worked for Costco, bouncer, like, hey, and he's giving you a handy wipe, when you walk in the store so that you can wipe off.
You ain't getting in with these shoes. You ain't getting in.
Some of them are giving you like gloves and stuff like that. So that is something that is really changed. You go into Walmart, you see all these stickers on the floor that says this is 6 feet, this is 6 feet, please stand here, and you see these things that these clear shield. The clear shields in front of the which I'm grateful for, because essential workers, they're putting their lives on the line. I mean, to me it's almost the same as our veterans that are going to war. You know what I'm saying? They deserve the same respect in my eyesight, because they are literally going out every day, happening to be in the midst of all these people, the most susceptible to catch this disease, but they're doing it every day just to make sure that they, number one, have money in their account, but to also make sure that we have food to bring home to our families. So, I mean, I to me right now, they get the same respect as any veteran that has gone off to war. For me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much the sentence. We still got people who, like you said, don't take it serious. They still out in the street. We had our mayor, Miss Lori Lightfoot. Shout out to Auntie Lori. She is an amazing woman, amazing. But she had to get, she had to go mama on us for a little while, because when we first had this order to stay in the house, we had 50 million people. It got warm, and we had 50 million people on the lake just chilling. And she was like, no, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to sit your behind down. This is what I told you to do. This is what you're gonna do. So she got on TV with she's the mayor of Chicago, and all the suburban mayors, backed her up and was like, "Nah, sat down."
Yeah.
Sat down, no.
Right. We're gonna close the lakes, we're gonna close the parks, because you don't know how to act. Sit your behind down. Sat down. So I mean, that's the census that have changed here in Chicago.
So, Miss Ebonie, who are you in your community up there? If we're looking for Ebonie, and people are like, well, she's that chick who, you understand? Tell us, who are you in the community, and how do other people kind of see you as much as you can?
You know what? To me, like, I'm just everybody. I'm that neighborhood friendly person. I'm that neighborhood person where you just come and say, "Hey, Eb, what's going on, girl? Let's chat." I'm a people person. I love, so this whole social distancing was a little rough for me, because I'm an extrovert. I love being around people. I love being around the masses. I love being engaged with people. So it's like, oh, I can't hug. I'm a hugger. I'm a hug you, girl. Hey, how you doing? I'm
Yes.
You know, I live in the city, but I guess my father is from Mississippi. I got some of those southern
Country.
tones,
Hey,
so just a little bit,
Wow.
little smidgy.
Woo.
But so I'm just that I'm just me, you know what I'm saying? I was born and raised here in Chicago. I'm the mother of two amazing boys. I have an 11-year-old that's very, very talented. He's into music, and he used to do acting. He does basketball. He just told me he wants to be like a YouTube influencer, so we're working on that. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I have an amazing
You put him on the show.
Listen, y'all need to put the 3-year-old on the show. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, he will tell you, like, excuse me, you need to put a mask on your face because the coronavirus is outside, so you don't want to catch the coronavirus.
wow.
Coming from a 3-year-old? That's like thug life right there.
He was like, he will tell you in a minute. He said, listen, the coronavirus is outside, and Trump he shut down the city, so we can't go outside. I'm like,
wow.
Really, kid? Really?
Wow.
Really?
Ain't that sweet? He already taking care of his mama.
I ain't mad at
If you go on my page and look at his videos, he really going through withdrawal right now because we are traveling family. So he ready. He every day he be like, Mommy, can we get on a plane so I can go to Florida and visit my G mommy? Shout out to my friend Soretta. That's his godmother.
Oh, hey, Grandma.
I want to go. He don't like to be sheltered in place. He wants to go. So
yeah.
I was just going to ask that. How have they been adapting to the change? But that's you've already said it. That's very interesting that is that aware too. That's really good.
Yeah, the thing about me as a mother is basically protecting my kids, because it's like you don't want to just put all this fear in them, like, oh no, you can't go outside, oh my God, you're gonna die, da, 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 da. But then
right,
as a parent, you really have to sit down and have a real talk with them to explain to them what's going on, because it's for their safety. They're used to I just posted on my page, how it's like sanitizing all of their bottles and stuff, because when I get these big old packs of water from Sam's Club, I bring them in the house. I have my gloves on. I'm putting them on the hot water with a little dishwater, a little, chlorine. Don't judge me. I see you looking at me right now. You like, That's that super mama right there. But no, for real, because I have to protect my children, because they're used to a certain norm. And unlike an adult, we know that, look, this is something we have to do. We have to adjust them. They're children. And it's like, you want them to adjust, but then you don't want them to live in fear. So it's like, I'm trying to create an environment where it's as close to normal as possible, but also with letting them understand what's really going on right now. Like, I can't not tell them, like, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what we have to do to protect ourselves. This is what, if you catch this, they're going to take you to the hospital, and mommy can't go with you. I had to have that, but I had to have that conversation with my 11-year-old. And I'm like, we have to work together to protect Junie, because as smart as he is, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
Still be like, well, mommy, why we can't go to Florida? Or mommy, why we can't go to Puerto Rico? Or mommy, his first trip when he was 8 months was to Puerto Rico. So he will tell you in a minute. That's where we're gonna go.
Are you adopting? Are you adopting people? I mean, because I'm potty trained, so you can adopt me. We can travel. I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying, I ain't mad at you.
I'm glad you asked that question, because I'm pretty sure there's parents out there that are struggling to where, like, what do I tell my child? How do I explain this to them? How do I explain it to the point where they're not sitting in the house, in their room, going through an anxiety attack? You know what I'm saying? And then how do I take time for myself to not go through an anxiety attack? Because now I'm worried for my family. My parents live around the corner from me. They're 67 and 65. You know what I'm saying? My dad is still going to work. My mom is at home, thank God. But it's like, I have to go protect them. Like, Mom, you got food? No, you don't need to go to Sam's Club. I'm gonna go. Give me a list. I'm going. You don't need to go outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
it's just being able to balance you being strong enough to be strong enough for your family and the people that you're protecting, but then you having to take the time to be able to breathe and be like, oh my God, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I need to sit down and reflect and just be okay so that I can get up to fight another day. So that's a good question and a good topic, because there's some parents that are not coping because they have to not one tell their children what's going on in a way that they don't panic. Number two, now they're being forced to homeschool, and a lot of people, some parents didn't go to school. Some parents just graduated by the
chin, a chinny chin chin.
Right. And then some of them, they have an education, but they're not built to be teachers. You know what I'm saying? Their relief is to be able to go to work and their kids go to school, and now they're in the house with their kids for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. That's a lot. So that's why I think that people like Ray is very valuable and very instrumental in this time to be able to give people a space where they can just meditate. They can just self-reflect. They can just, say, okay, I'm in my safe spot. This is where I can release, and then I can go out in the world to fight another day.
Right. Now, when you say, I'm sorry, when you say you telling your kids, how are they coping with the fact that they because as a child, you think this is a punishment. You think this is a punishment sitting in the house. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any little kids. I mean, my kids is grown. So telling the little kid.
I gotta lower your mic down. You ain't got to hold it up there. There you go.
My 11-year-old,
I know.
Him and his best friend are really, really close. And so it was a little difficult for them to be like, okay, why I can't go over Nick's house, or why I can't go over or whatever. But that Xbox, thank God for it. That's how they connect. My son, he's 11, so he has his own smartphone, and they do like YouTube and they do TikTok. They do, oh my God, what was he doing? Like a live video game something yesterday.
That's amazing.
He's like, we're doing a live game, mommy. Just don't interrupt me. I'm like, oh okay then.
I never had a punishment this good. That's that fun. My punishment is never that fun.
Right. Just giving them stuff like that, and then of course, we don't want them to get complacent where they're just on the Xbox all day. But finding a structure to where it's like, hey, this is e-learning time. When you finish that, I actually make my son read a chapter in a book and then write me a summary. Whether the summary is well composed or not, just to be able to read something, comprehend it, and put down your thoughts.
Awesome.
Every day to get in the habit of not just being on social media or like the Xbox all day. So the 11-year-old, he seems to be okay, but he keeps asking me like, when we going back to school? I mean, I had to tell him today we're not, because they just told us that,
unfortunately,
schools in Chicago are down till the next year.
Ever.
Yeah. And then
I mean, fortunately.
Bro, he wants to get out. He does not like being in the house. Like, he just wants to go. He was like, isn't it time? He calls my mother Nai because when I had my first son, she did a study abroad in Taiwan. So that is their name. Nai is grandmother in Chinese. So that is their name. And he calls my dad Pawpaw. That's a Southern thing.
Yeah.
You go around, go and get your Pawpaw, right? So he'd be like, ain't it time to go to Nai and Pawpaw house? And luckily they're around the corner, so it's easy access, for them to do that. So I mean, they're coping. We do little activities. I give them something. Like I said, my son, my little 3-year-old, I try to keep him on ABC Mouse, because he was about to get tested to go to school, not just school, but it got canceled because of, everything that was going on. So I just try to keep going.
Yeah. So how are you working? Are you currently working from home as well? How is that working out for you? Because I could imagine with the homeschooling and then have to work. I don't think people thought this out real good. How am I supposed to work from home while I'm homeschooling some kids that's 2 jobs. I can't do 2 jobs like that.
And the lunch lady, and you the lunch lady.
You the lunch.
And
You
I'm the lunch lady.
You want me
you
to tell
the
you from
breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Right. Right.
You gonna say something and I can't choke you, so go ahead, say it.
I was like, oh, okay, welcome to
You
our
got to
world.
go into your prayer closet, Father God.
Wait, I mean, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, be honest. I'm gonna leave that alone. This is not personal opinion.
But you
I'm
an educator, so you got some advice for us today? Because you say you educate. You need to. I need your expertise.
best advice is just be patient. One, especially for 11, is no way in the world, unless they were already failing, like dramatically failing, is no way in the world that they're gonna fail. Now, what I will tell parents though is make sure that you keep yourself up so you get to that next grade, you can have that preparation for that. Because well, this time right here, for testing, nothing really goes on after spring break in the school anyway. If we want to break it down, no true learning is going on between that time. There's nothing else that I can teach you as of now that's gonna make you do whatever. You focusing on passing your class, making sure that we get you ready for the next level or ready for that test. So at this point, should be patient with me because nobody from my job is listening to this right now. So guess what? I was like, wait a minute. Keep them separated. We have to pass them, basically. We have to pass them. We going around. We have to pass them.
They changed the grade to complete and not complete. Like they don't even get any grades anymore.
Right. So it's kind of like patient, and parents do have to think. I understand. I'm not a parent, but I've had parents. So I'm like, whew, I know my parents were. So I'm just like, it's like just be cool. I mean, it's like you said, they didn't go to school for that. So I can't, as a teacher, I'm not gonna be mad at you if your child didn't get it. I'm just gonna sit in the work like I've been told to do, encouraging like, look, we get through this together, but you need to make sure you know these things so for the next grade you can know.
Because and then we forget too that like these children going through the same crap as we did, even more because we have been accustomed to doing the thing of going to work and coming home. The kids, they want to be out, they want to be social. They ain't been burned by the world as yet, you know. They don't hate people yet,
right,
you know what I'm saying? These kids are experiencing something that's totally unexplainable to them because we can't even explain to them what is going on. You know, the people that they look to for explanation, we can't explain to them what's going on because we don't know, you know. And then you want them to sit down and try to think and focus. I can't get work done 3 out of 7 days because of where my, you know, emotions or where my focus is or things like that. And then we asking these children to snap into working virtually, and you know that's like my whole soapbox right there. You know, I told my daughter, you know, I'll go to bat for you, baby, because I can't. We not, you know, I don't even know how to log into this thing. 10 times out of 10, I'm on the iPad like.
And some of the teachers don't.
You know,
some of the teachers are just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to figure out how to teach these kids virtually, like, because they're not used to it. They're used to being able only like these schools. Like my son used to go to a really, like a really, like it was a world school. And the school has kids. They never had a school in the United States, so they built one in Chicago. And so he went there like in first grade, and this school has like everything you can name of. The school was like $30,000 a year for each kid. My son, of course, I don't make that, so he got like a, you know, scholarship or whatever to go there.
Wow.
They have the technology, so like in the classroom, they never had like blackboards. They had like Mondo boards where they would, you know, interact with their iPads. So they were already for that. But like with our kids, you know, they have blackboards. So now how do you virtually teach when you don't have a blackboard behind you? Or, you know, how are you going to explain to these kids that they need to be on a Zoom call, you know what I'm saying, when they're just used to just doing one-on-one or either being face-to-face, you know, because even though my kid loves technology, I still have like a kid that likes to be outside, that likes to do sports, that likes to just go out and with his best friend. So, you know, it's just like a challenge for everybody across the board, you know, and like Mr. Smooth said, we in this together. We gotta tap into each person's talent and work collectively to get everything done.
And if I put that
how is sports going to affect this? You don't think about how sports is going to happen, especially with kids. How are they going to be? They can play catch. Everybody got to wear gloves now, playing catch.
They probably just gonna extra sanitize everything. To be honest.
Okay.
I mean, after a while,
kids are nasty. Kids are nasty anyway. I'm just gonna put that out there.
His PE teacher can give them exercises, and they got to videotape it and submit it.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Like I was saying earlier, like, what you want me to do? You want me to like stand against the wall for him to throw a ball at me? You know what? We gonna play for dodgeball? What you want me to do?
We're not. They still do dodgeball in school?
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You can dodge a ball.
I was always the target.
Stop it.
I was nice and fluffy.
Scoop duck lunch. I don't think what it was. I don't know what the order was. But I used to get hit in the forehead a lot. So I'm sorry. I don't like
what you say, GQ? You got to turn your mic up or something. You're getting drowned out.
It's a lot of people talking.
Well, because Ray commented to me, my bad. I wanted to make a comment about something Ebony said earlier, just briefly though. And I think GQ said the same thing too. Using, people, and I teach, well, I don't teach, I'm in higher ed, but it's just across the board because like you said, we are all in this together. Try to think about who's in your network. Who can you reach out to help you with different things? Because I mean, I don't know everything. I tell some of my students, like, well, look, I don't know how I can put you in touch with this person, call them, email them something. I'll text them for you so they know you, to help everybody get through this transition. Because I've joked about it, but it's kind of like, I don't know if I could imagine this happened 30 something. Like, well, I would have been 2 years old 30 years ago. So I'll say 20 years ago when I would have been 12. I could have imagined if this would have happened when I was 12 and I'd be like, what?
We can't, what?
We're different.
What about my birthday?
Dial up, everything was like, it's still bad now, but just like 20 years ago, this would have happened.
Yeah, my 11-year-old is highly irritated because his birthday is June 24th, and he was like, look, they need to not go past June 15th because I want to go to Florida. He had already contacted his godmother. He like, I want to have a pool party for my birthday in Florida, and y'all messing with my plans.
I know, stay off the beach in Florida because y'all messing up my birthday.
Right. He was like, oh, they playing too much, mommy. They playing way too much. I'm like, well,
Miss Ebony, you know what? We never even said what you do. What do you do?
So I do have a 9 to 5. I do work for an airline. That is my 9 to 5, but I do have a business where I help people to access law firms across the country to help them to basically fight for their legal rights, to advise them without having to give up an enormous amount of money, just to get in a room and talk to somebody about what you should do about being treated badly or unfairly or, just anything, traffic tickets, of that nature. So that's what I do. I connect small businesses and individuals to those law firms across the country, just for, less than $1 a day, that, everybody can tap into.
Yes.
Is that something that you feel is necessary right now?
Like we need that now, because people don't know, like they don't know. It was a lady, she worked for H&R Block. It was an H&R Block or one of the tax people. I don't even want to say the name or whatever, but she worked for a tax preparer company, and they told her, well, you know what, we're going to shut down or whatever. So she was just like, what am I supposed to do? Like how she didn't know anything about, and what people understand is like the act that created the stimulus checks are different than like another act called the Corona Family First Act that allows small businesses less than 5 people to be able to help their employees. So she knew nothing about it, and she actually worked for, and because those are franchise, those are considered, you know, franchise, so they have less than 500 people, and she didn't know.
Yeah.
Neither did the person who owned it knew about what was going on, and that was actually established like March 16th. You know, we're already in April, and so I told her about it.
Wow.
And this was information I had got from the law firm, and I told her about it. She went and told the lady, and the lady was like, I didn't even know that they would help me or give me tax breaks or give me any type of, you know, stimulus to help my employees. And it really turned out very beneficial and very profitable, you know. And it's just a knowing, like, people, you know, they just they have lack of knowledge, and, you know, you don't want to pay an enormous amount of money just to sit with a lawyer for like 20 minutes. A lot of people don't have, especially now that people are out of work, they don't have that, you know.
Yeah.
But if you can allow them to be able to speak, not only in the state that you live in, but in every 50 states, to be able to, you know, sit down and say, well, legally, what is my rights here? You know, legally, what can I do? You know, I'm, you know, in the current situation, you know, I just recently lost a friend. You know, he didn't have a will, he didn't have anything, and, you know, he didn't have family here, and we're literally trying to figure out how we can exhume his body and everything. And you know, if it hadn't been that I had in contact with to let me know what I can do as his friend, or what we can do if we find a next again, he you know, the Cook County morgue would have just pretty much threw him away as if he had nobody. So I thank God for that. You know, it was just a matter of them giving us some knowledge that really empowered us to be able to take care of some things for him.
Yeah. Perfect. As far as the radio show goes, we're wrapping up. I invite you guys to stick around and talk as we stay here. But I always ask the last question. I say, you know, given a platform where people can hear you, you know, what are some words that you want to, you know, to kind of leave and put out there? What are some good words to live by, et cetera, et cetera? And then we'll close out, and then we could continue chit-chatting, because it is what it is. It's Friday night, and we ain't got no place to be. It's Friday o'clock, and we on live.
Say Friday night, just get okay. But no, my grandmother, you know, this is a quote from her. You know, defeat is not always. Failure is not always defeat. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson in every blessing, for sure. And my grandmother used to always tell me, through trials and tribulations, and I know a lot of people feel right now that they're going through like the toughest, you know, he like I think GQ said this is the closest, you know, that he's had to a near-death experience. You know, people are scared to step outside because you don't know, you know, if you are gonna get this shot. But what my grandmother used to always say to me when I was always in a trial or a tribulation, that you have to crush coal to create diamonds. You have to, it's inevitable. It's not always comfortable, and it's an extreme pressure. And you know what I'm saying? You sometimes you feel like you cannot make it, but at the end of the day, you come out priceless, and you shine brighter than ever. So just, you know, take that and know that, you know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, this is not the end of your story. You know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning of it. You know, I know people always say your test will definitely become a testimony, and you know, this is just a setup. Just for you. This setup and this setback is just for your overcoming. So I just want people to be encouraged. You know, contact your people. Let's stay engaged. Let's check on our people. Let's make sure that they're okay. You know, we gonna make it. We're gonna get through this thing. We are resilient people.
Absolutely.
Right.
Perfect. Let me end off right here so that and then we'll continue running our mouths like we do. You have been listening to WRUU LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM. WRUU.org.
That
We
was
are Savannah Soundings Community
Yeah,
Radio
yeah,
with
it's
Global
global.
Soul.
Global Soul.
We appreciate you, Ebony. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Like I said, we definitely could keep the conversation going.
I appreciate being here. Thank you. I'm humbled and I'm blessed to just to be able to give the opportunity to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah, it was a pleasure. Man, I had a ball with this raggedy phone. That was amazing.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
in hearing you talk about your friend, and like I said, we are new friends, on Facebook as well. So, my condolences to you, because that is a rough situation to be in, as a friend, and you hunting down ways and avenues where you can be helpful in such a weird situation where family can't even be there, or
Yeah,
even if they
yeah,
try, they couldn't even get
Wow.
out,
yeah,
so
yeah. Thank God. I mean, we got a team of friends. We all have actually been friends since we was like in high school, since we've been 15. We have just, all I can say is teamwork make the dream work. He was a really good
Yeah.
guy. And unfortunately this coronavirus took his life. But it didn't take his spirit.
Wow.
So we are just trying to make sure that he is honored and loved in the way that he deserves. So
yeah.
I just thank God for that, and I appreciate your condolences.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And
Definitely.
it's not an easy thing to be it's not an easy thing to deal with death, I think.
Exactly.
I've dealt with some hard deaths, I feel like, in my life. And one of the things that really has helped me through that time is remembering that, that you don't ever really you don't lose what you love. Like you said, it takes the person's life, but it doesn't take the essence of them, the spirit of them. So that's wonderful. And then too, remembering that energy doesn't go, it doesn't people, we are energy. I'm not my body. You chop off my arm, I'm still Ray. You chop out both my arms, both my legs, I'm still Ray. So I don't feel like these bodies is what makes us who we are. So if we can remember that, and remember that energy does not get destroyed, it just becomes another form, right? That we can still engage with these people in a different way. It just requires us to elevate the way that we communicate. So yeah, in remembering those simple things, or those two things, not that they're simple, but in remembering those things, it's been helpful to me to deal with the loss of bodies, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like some of these beings are still around me. So my heart goes out to you, and I appreciate you um, doing this, because sometimes we can, lock ourselves away and not allow, other people to pour into you some good positive spirit and good positive experience or something like that. So I appreciate you, allowing us to do that tonight, and, coming to hang out with us, as far as right now, we just on Facebook Live having a chit chat. But what would you be doing? Here it is, Friday night. What would you be doing typically? What you talking about, GQ Smooth?
Friday night, I'll be with my kid. I'm a mommy, so I'll be hanging out with the boys,
Yeah.
popping all the popcorn that they asking for and passing out fruit snacks.
GQ, what you talk about? Turn your microphone up.
I might can you not hear me?
Yes.
Maybe I keep putting my finger over the microphone. That what the microphone is.
Oh.
Probably.
Did you fall? Did you fall? Don't fall now.
No, I was trying to thing up so I can see the so I can see.
It do look like you fell off the chairs.
I was like, I can't catch you now. I can't catch you. You got no, we got no virtual, nets, fall nets. So I'm gonna need you not to fall.
If I fall, down, I don't do that.
I have
Gotcha.
question. Have you ever met Michelle of Iraq? Have you ever seen them in Chicago?
For me, no.
Okay. Oh.
No, I have never met them. No.
I was just curious.
I've drove past their house and I've driven past their house, past the area because it's locked down over there where their house was, is. But no, I've never met them. I've seen their motorcade drive by, when I'm in downtown or in the park, but I have not ever met them. Love to.
What about Oprah?
No, right?
Oprah, no. My mom did. My mom and my grandmother have met Oprah, but not me.
I ain't mad at you. I don't, you just. I'm just gonna throw this out there because it's people just gonna say that because people don't want to bring it up. What about R. Kelly? He's from Chicago.
I've met R. Kelly. I have.
You have.
I've met R. Kelly. Yes, I have. Not in that way though. No, I'm not one of those. I've met R. Kelly. Yes.
Okay. Why y'all that too?
You said what? What'd you say, Kareem?
I said, why y'all let Justin Smollett up there embarrassing people?
He ain't from Chicago. We don't claim him. He not from Chicago. He was a visitor. He was a guest in our city. He was just filming here. No, I mean, I like Justin Smollett. I'm not sure like what happened in that situation or what was going on in his mind or what he thought he saw, what happened. I'm not sure.